Hello, 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 and welcome back to the channel for another college alumni tournament game. We are in the quarterfinals. It's the final quarterfinal game to set the Final Four, and we got Joe Burrow and LSU facing Russell Wilson and Wisconsin. And yeah, should be a good game. LSU obviously the favorite going into this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into these rosters. Starting out with LSU. I'm gonna cut that. Starting out with LSU, we're going to have Joe Burrow at quarterback, and Leonard Fournette and Clyde at running back, Torrey Carter fullback, Jefferson, Chase, and Odell at wide receiver, Moreau at tight end. Cushenberry will be moving to left tackle due to better pass blocking. I think he was at center last game. But yeah, just a quick glance at the offensive line. You got Daniil Hunter on the defensive line, leading that unit. Some really speedy linebackers with Deion Jones, Devin White, Patrick Queen. Really good secondary as well. We got Tre'Davious White, Patrick Peterson, Jackson, and Tyrann Mathieu and Jamal Adams in the secondary. Then Cade York will be kicking, and they got a fake punter. Now, looking at the Bills, we're going to have Russell Wilson, obviously, at quarterback, Jonathan Taylor at halfback, Alec Ingold will be at fullback, Quintez Cephas, Erickson, and Melvin Gordon, who ran slot, who will still be in the slot, had a solid game last time at receiver. Jake Ferguson at tight end, and just a quick glance at the offensive line, a really solid unit here. One of the best in the tournament. And then defense, they will be running a 4-3 this time. This is what they were supposed to be running in the last game, and sadly we just couldn't get it to work out. But you know, it worked out this time, so we got TJ Watt at left end, Andrew Van Ginkel at right end, JJ Watt at D tackle, and some really decent linebackers. TJ Edwards, definitely the big dog in that unit. And secondary, as you can see, nothing super special, especially with the safeties. Honestly, those might have been guys, filler safeties. But then kicker and punter are also filler guys. So yeah, LSU definitely the more complete roster. Yeah, let's go ahead and see how some pans out. All right, and here we go. And also joining me today, as usual, is my good friend Miguel. Miguel, how you feeling about this last quarterfinal matchup?
I feel like I always say it for every game we play, but I truly am excited to see, if LSU, dominates the way I think they're going to, or maybe the the opposing team's defense, especially with freaking the Watt brothers in there, they might make a killing. So we just got to see who gets it.
Yeah, I mean, going back to their first games, Wisconsin definitely looked like they overperformed in the first game. I didn't expect them to beat Iowa, and they did, and pretty handily. LSU struggled on offense. I mean, the score didn't look very close at the end of that game, but LSU was struggling mightily on offense. Joe Burrow did not have a good game. But right there, Wisconsin's already going to get it second in inches.
She wasn't handing the ball off. Jonathan Taylor gained 7 yards on that play.
Also, a quick apology. I don't know if it'll come through on the video. We tried it out, and it didn't look like it would. But there might be some technical difficulties with the audio today, and we're just going to have to bite the bullet on that. If it does come through, my apologies. Yeah, it should mainly be on my end. I don't think Miguel will have any problems with his audio. Yeah, just a quick disclaimer.
Russell Wilson looking to escape.
Got room.
And he takes it himself. Ooh. Tries to juke him in. And only gets 11, but, that does move the chain.
That does not shy away from contact there. Let's go ahead and lay down a score prediction. Who do you got taking this one, and by how much?
Honestly, part of me thinks Wisconsin can somehow, in some way, get the job done. But at the same time, LSU is just so dominant, like with the players they got. It's honestly hard to predict. I definitely think it'd be a close game. So maybe 24-21 Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, Wisconsin. Okay. I could also see Wisconsin winning just based off the first two games. I don't know how this one was going to pan out. Obviously, we do each game in a separate franchise. This one Luckily for us, we got another Super Bowl matchup because we had an NFC and AFC team. But, I mean, LSU, oh, flag there on 3rd and 2. That might be a hold. And it is. That's costly.
Definitely not what Wisconsin needs.
To a 3rd and 12. As I was saying, LSU really struggled in that first game against USC. And if they struggle like that again, I could definitely see Wisconsin winning this game as long as they don't make mistakes near the end. Russell Wilson will scramble. Yeah, we're able to pick up the first down there. That is a huge pickup to keep this drive alive. Could be really big for them if they're able to take a lead early.
Let's take a look at the replay. Russell Wilson doing the smart move. See nobody open, just says, I'm going to take it myself, and converts to get the first down. That was Jamal Adams on the tackle. Kind of a little late, but, it is what it is.
But for my prediction, I'm going to take LSU. I'm going to bank on their offense actually getting stuff together as Jonathan Taylor makes a nice move there and is able to get 7. But I'm thinking that their offense is not going to be as stagnant this time around. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. And I'm going to take LSU. I'm going to take LSU 34-20.
Ooh, okay. Oh, what a completion by Russell Wilson. 2nd and 1. Let's see what they do here. Jonathan Taylor back in the game. And has to throw it away. He probably felt the pressure a little too much. Russell Wilson going under center. And he hands it off to Jonathan Taylor, who does get the first. I'm not gonna lie, that looked like a missed face mask call, but I don't know, that was just from my point of view. We'll see a replay. There's the ball off. Okay, maybe that was a clean tackle. Just from a certain angle, that looked like a face mask. Either, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's Madden. Stuff like that's going to happen. Just weird animations. But Wisconsin all the way down to the 16 already. Got a 1st and 10.
Ooh. It looked a little sketchy, but Russell Wilson still able to complete the throw for 5 yards. Not gonna lie, if Wisconsin can keep moving the ball like this throughout the entire game, then LSU is definitely going to have a problem. Oh, what a tackle by Jamal Adams.
There. 5 carries, 28 yards. Jamal Adams already 4 tackles this game.
Replay. Now it finds the hole and it just gets flattened out by Jamal Adams. Let's see what LSU can do here. Here's like Jonathan Taylor.
Stop.
Ooh, stuffed on the 3. They're going back to Jonathan Taylor. This time he gets the touchdown.
Great first drive for Wisconsin right there. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. Yeah, taking a quick, not quick, I mean that was a 7-minute drive, but taking an early lead here on their first drive of the game, setting the tone for this one. LSU honestly probably the heavy favorites, 10 overalls higher. LSU being at 84 overall, Wisconsin coming in at 74. Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin strikes early. See if LSU can answer. See how their offense looks.
Man, what a way to start this game, man. Good, solid drive. Are having points on the board.
Wisconsin, the 10th seed in this tournament, already, like we've mentioned before, upsetting Iowa. So already one upset under their belt. This would be an even bigger one, taking down the 3 seed. We've seen a similar path by a team on the other side of the bracket with Florida State taking down the 4 seed Oklahoma and then going on and take down the 5 seed Georgia. I don't know if they'll make it past the next round. They'll be facing Alabama on that side of the bracket. And the winner of this game will be taking on Ohio State. So, tall task for any team that comes out of this game. But I think LSU matches up the best with them. But we'll see. How
Maybe this tournament is about the story of the underdogs. You know, maybe you got the underdogs coming in and win the entire thing. Joe Burrow completing a pass to Fournette for 4 yards.
I mean, this will be J.J. Watt's last tournament. Maybe they just turn on an extra gear, as that pass was nowhere near a receiver.
I think he was operating on a lower gear on that throw. That was horrendous.
Another thing to watch out for in this game will be T.J. Watt. He was almost... it seemed like he was absent in the first game as Joe Burrow was able to complete a pass under pressure. Sadly, it'll be a yard short of the first.
Do you think he'll go for it?
Nah, it's too soon in the game, in my opinion. Only at your own 38. I don't think you can risk giving the ball to Wisconsin right here, knocking on field goal range. Potentially go down 2 scores this early. It's best to just trust the defense. But going back to what I was saying, T.J. Watt was almost absent in the first game. See if he gets a better matchup against Lyle Collins in this game. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that, you know, I think any other situation I agree with you, but you got to keep in mind, too, that you do have a running back like Fournette in there. I think if anybody could get that 1 yard that they needed, it could be Fournette.
You do, but then you also have to take into account, I mean, you're right. Fournette is one of the best downhill running backs in the league. I mean, it's not easy to keep him from falling forward. But there is J.J. Watt on the inside of that opposing defensive front. And T.J.
Jonathan Taylor. Oh, what a first... Man, Jonathan Taylor is having a really solid game.
He is. I mean,
he's carrying the offense right now, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, definitely a much better offensive look to this team than the matchup against Iowa. Running the ball a little more. Getting Jonathan Taylor in the open space.
All right, let's see what Wilson does here under center.
Another hole
to give the ball. Man, I was about to say almost another first down, but it is 2nd and 1.
I don't think they'll have any problems picking this up at this rate. Hand it off again. Another hole. Almost 6 yards to carry.
Jamal Adams definitely going to have a majority of the tackles this game.
He's on pace for about 30 or so at this point. More than that.
Jonathan Taylor tries to take it to the outside, breaks a tackle, tries to stiff arm another man, only gets about 6 yards this play.
You say only 6, but that was a really hard-nosed run. I mean, 6, you'll take that just about every play. He's averaging 6 yards a carry.
Well, and I was going to say, if it was any other running back, that play probably would have got stuffed, but, you know, to break a tackle and then gain 6 yards, I mean, that was pretty solid. So let's go empty backfield. I'll throw into the drag route, safe option, gets the first. I mean, Russell Wilson also has a solid game, not only in the air, but I mean, using his feet. I mean, on 2 runs, he's converted to get the first down. So I mean, and he's going to do it here on the 3rd run. Probably should have slid, but you know, takes the spear like a champ.
Yeah, risky, not sliding right there. If he fumbles the ball later in the game, that could be costly. LSU was able to capitalize off of USC's mistakes in that first game. That's largely the reason that they were able to win. Obviously, USC collapsed down the stretch, but it was USC's mistakes that kept LSU in the game and allowed them to take a momentum towards the end and allowed them to come away with a victory. For Wisconsin, you cannot afford to do that.
He was throwing a dot. Making a 1st and goal on the 5. What a throw. Definitely letting Russ cook here is definitely a smart move. Even aside from obviously handing the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, I mean, either way you go, passing, rushing, either way, this offense is moving down the field.
No question about that. Oh, Russ.
Oh, speaking of moving down the field, taking himself, and I thought he got it, but he ended up the one.
This time he decides to slide, and it will cost him a touchdown. See if they can punch it in here with Jonathan Taylor. And they will.
Jonathan Taylor walks in easily.
Untouched.
14-0 lead. Already, you know, it's a bit early, but low-key scores. If the game were to end right now, it's already upset, bro. This is definitely interesting first quarter for sure.
And when you look at Wisconsin, very clean first two drives. Obviously a 3-and-out defensively. Now LSU, if you're hoping LSU takes this one, I mean, they've only had that one drive, and they were 1 yard short of picking up a first. We still haven't seen how consistent their offense can be. Not the best start, but this game's definitely not over yet, especially with the weapons they've got on offense, the holes Wisconsin has on defense. Too small of a sample size for me to even consider this one close to being over yet.
Let's see what LSU could do here on the return. Pretty solid return getting to the 27.
He's definitely not looking like it'll be a blowout like two of the other top three seeds have produced in the quarterfinals. Alabama absolutely dominating Notre Dame. If you've watched that game, if you haven't, go back and watch it. I mean, I did just spoil it, but I mean, what else would you expect in that game? And Ohio State taking down Clemson. Oh, and there's a fumble.
Oh, strip sack. Just picked up by a lineman, but they will be second and 27. You know, you said
Watt.
You know, you said the other day, you said earlier today, T.J. Watt looking a bit non-existent last game, but now definitely showing some presence right there.
Yeah, better matchup. Last game he was up against Wirfs on the right side of that offensive line, he held his own, kept TJ from getting any sacks that game, and now TJ's already on the board with one, cruising a loss of 17. Burrow with time, taking a deep shot, triple coverage.
I'm surprised that wasn't picked off.
It was a very risky throw.
I was about to say, if LSU offense continues to operate like this, then, I mean, definitely upset is looking more and more likely.
Throw over the middle, and that will be another 3-and-out as they just take a quick short route, play a little bit of field position. But if I'm Wisconsin, you couldn't have drawn this game up any better. You couldn't have started out any better offensively, defensively. I mean, 2 touchdown drives and 2 3-and-outs. It's a perfect start.
Yeah, let's see what LSU can do here.
And it's not even like they're getting lucky either. They're just making plays. Wisconsin will start out with a really good field position, starting at the 44.
Let's see if Wisconsin can put up more points than they already got and maintain the lead. That's what's going on in the center. Oh, he hands the ball off. Stiff arms Jamal Adams. That one's definitely going on the highlight reel. 2nd and 2. Jonathan Taylor yet again. This time getting tackled for loss. 3rd and 3. Oh, they give it to him, and this time he converts. Kind of gets spun around a little bit, but he still gets the first.
And that will be the end of the first. Definitely a surprising start so far. Definitely not over yet, just the end of the first, but definitely not looking like I said before, it's going to be a blowout. I mean, unless Wisconsin ends up blowing LSU out, which would be a huge surprise. Big run again.
And Jonathan Taylor already having a big day so far. We're still in the first half.
They are feeding him the ball already well into the teens in the carries. On pace for a unhealthy amount of carries, for being honest. That's largely due to LSU not being able to get that time of possession up. It's been all Wisconsin on the field so far offensively. We'll go jet sweep here.
Actually gets 5 yards. A decent game right there.
Jonathan Taylor pantsing in the backfield. Russ gonna throw. Finds the receiver.
Russ Wilson does here. Oh, he escapes the pocket.
What is he? Okay.
You know, he got gains. You know, he got 6 yards. Oh, Jonathan Taylor gaining only 2 yards that play.
He will come out of the game now. 17 carries. I don't blame him for needing to take a breather here on 3rd and 2. But he'll still run the ball. And they were very close, but they'll be short. See what they decide to do here. Do they attempt to keep this drive alive and go for 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, or do they just play it safe and take a quick 3-possession lead? What do you do here in this situation, Miguel?
I mean, you know me, I like to be a little ballsy with it, so I'd probably go for it. I'd probably just give it a Jonathan Taylor all reliable and just let him cook.
Definitely not a bad option. Kind of 50-50. I think taking a 3-score lead against the 3 seed when you're a heavy underdog, just like that, they get it done.
Field goal is good. 17-0. LSU returning it to the 28. Very solid return. Alright, Burrow going under center. Hands it off to Fournette, who gets stuffed. Only gets about a yard on that play. Is that a first? 3rd and 1. I thought he
nice little play there. Setting him up for a 3rd and 1. The best situations they've been in all day, and he will throw a pick.
Oh, he throws a pick. Will that be a pick 6? No, it won't, but still very costly for this LSU team.
TJ Edwards making the big play there. Set his offense up with great field position, one of the best players on this defense. And LSU is just looking awful right now. Can't say they look that much better in the first game. Their defense was making plays in the first game. The defense definitely going to have to help out here. They haven't been doing any better than the offense has, quite frankly. Russ going to take a quick dart there for the first.
In the first.
Erickson on the catch.
Let's see what Russ does here. Hands it off to Jonathan Taylor. Fights for the yards and gets about 4 on that play. Russ handing it off yet again. This time the play going for a -1.
Big play there by the defense. They're going to have to keep making plays like that, especially Jonathan Taylor, the way he's been running the football. Definitely need to try to get a stop right here. 20-0 looks a lot better than 24.
I mean, don't get me wrong. As much as run the ball, Jonathan Taylor's been working, I say utilize Russ more. I mean, he's been solid in the air. Even Russ has used his feet to get some yards. So I say keep going with that. And I mean, look, my point is being. Oh, never mind. I was about to say my point was proven until he fumbled.
Yeah, I mean, Russ has not been sliding. Definitely risky letting Russ run the ball. I mean, when you're up 17-0, I disagree with trying to get Russ involved right there. Just play it safe. Keep the ball in the hands of the running backs. Don't make bonehead mistakes like that gives LSU the ball back.
Russ cooking a little too much. He's going to burn the food on accident. But, you know, he can still salvage the meal if he just plays a perfect game. Speaking of somebody who needs to play a perfect game.
Oh, big run.
Oh, I was going to say about Burrow, Fournette, and pretty much his entire offense. But, you know, they're starting off pretty hot this drive.
Huge hole there for Fournette. Takes advantage of it. Maybe they should rely on the run game a little bit more. I mean, I don't know what they should do. Neither pass nor run has been working so far. Big play right there.
Fournette getting the ball. It's about 2 yards that play. Burrow slinging one. 3rd and 3. Let's see if they can convert here. Let's see what Burrow does here. Almost getting sacked, but throws a big dot to Chase. What a play.
Offense finally showing some life to it.
Not gonna lie, he waits a second longer and he was done for.
Maybe they just needed the defense to get the momentum back on their side with that turnover, and now this offense is gonna start getting things going, which is sounds scary if you're going for Wisconsin. I mean, this LSU offense can easily put up the numbers to come back. It's just going to come down to where their defense can make stops.
I'd have to agree with you right there.
And that will be another pick. And that
this one looks like it's going to the casa. It's going to the crib. It's going to the apartment. It's going to wherever you may live, even if it's under a bridge. Touchdown, Wisconsin, pick 6.
And just like that, the momentum is back with Wisconsin after Edwards gets his second pick of the half.
Yeah. You know, you said earlier 20 looks better than 24 for LSU. Well, guess what? 24 is what they got.
And Wisconsin already scored more than I had them predicted in my pregame score prediction.
Didn't I say like 21, 24?
Yeah, you had 24 Wisconsin.
So I need LSU to mount a comeback and then just fail at last minute. That's what I need right now. And Wisconsin looking like they're gonna pull an upset, and it's still the second quarter. What adjustment do you think LSU needs to make if they want to get back in this game?
I mean, there's a lot. I don't think there's just one thing that you can point at and say that's what's costing them the game. I mean, anytime you're down 24-0 in the first half, it falls on a lot of different aspects of the game. I mean, Joe Burrow's not been playing very well. I mean, 2 picks, 1 going for 6. The defense hasn't made but 1 stop, and it was a time where Russell Wilson fumbled the ball. I mean, that was going to set up a 4th down anyway.
Okay.
But, I mean, there's another drop pass. There's just been nothing really positive for LSU thus far in this game. They need a lot to change. Just point at just about anything, and I'll tell you that's something that can be fixed.
You know, shout out Fournette fighting for them yards. He's trying to put it all in this game. 3rd and 5. bro.
Mm.
Oh, tries to sling one for the first down, but it gets deflected. All right, Wisconsin will start at the 36. See what Russ can do here. A nice little throw on the run. Makes it about 2nd and 4. See what Russ does here. Sends a quick one to the slant. Moves the chains. Russ stepping back. Taking it himself. He needs to slide this time.
And there he goes
it.
again.
I don't know why Russ hasn't learned that if he wants to keep the drive going, he's got to slide right there.
I have no idea. But it has cost his team points twice now. Wisconsin was, I mean, if he slid right there, they were knocking on field goal range, and at the rate they were going, they could have gotten further than that. Same with the other drive. I mean, that was a guaranteed 3 if he slid, assuming they make the field goal. But it was mistakes like this that allowed USC in the game. Obviously, Wisconsin up 24. USC never had that big of a lead.
TJ getting the sack. Ethan, I think TJ heard you. I think he heard the critiques about last game and said, you know what? Ethan runs his mouth a little too much. And guess what? He's showing up. He's showing out. And, man, what a play.
I mean, I have nothing against the guy. He just wasn't producing in the first game like he is in this one. Already 2 sacks in the first half. I bet he likes this matchup a lot more, and he has now got his X Factor lit up.
Oh, lit up like a Christmas tree. Oh, what a bat down by the other DN. I'm going to be completely honest, I forgot who that was.
It's probably Van Ginkel over there. TJ calling pressure.
Oh, what a pass breakup by the DB. 4th and 22. What a performance by this Wisconsin defense this drive.
Yeah. I was going to say, this defense has just been stingy the whole game. I mean, we're blaming it on LSU's offense not producing, but this defense they've been making plays.
Wisconsin getting back the ball. And, okay, let me get your prediction. Do you think Russell Wilson fumbles this drive?
I'm going to say no, but I wouldn't be surprised. It just depends on if he slides or stays in the pocket. Throw it away there.
I think honestly that one he could take it himself, and I think I would hope he would slide. Let's see what Russell Wilson and company do here. All right, Russell Wilson taking himself, but gets sacked before he can escape the pocket. 3rd and 16.
Big Al Woods from the D tackle spot, able to track down Russell Wilson there. LSU's defense showing some life here, despite the big deficit.
This drive for Wisconsin and the last drive for LSU. I mean, the defense for each team just showing out.
Blitz here. Russ going to scramble. Hunter chasing him down. Able to get the sack.
Tries to throw it away. That's a tough one. Daniil Hunter now making it 4th and 24. They're definitely going to have to punt it. All right, at least they want to make this interesting, go for it, but that's definitely not a smart move.
No, absolutely not. Finally, a stop that wasn't just a Russell Wilson fumble. I believe this will be the first punt for Wisconsin. And LSU needed that one. They definitely need to try to put up at least No, I don't even want to say a field goal. They need at least a touchdown in this half. Almost. Oh, no. Went to try to block the punt, and I think he got a piece of the punter. And that will give Wisconsin a first down.
Definitely. That LSU does not need.
Things you hate to see. That is just gut-wrenching for this LSU defense after a couple big plays. They will get right back to it. A good pass breakup there.
Russell Wilson going under center. Steps back a little bit. Slings it to the drag. It's about 3 yards that play.
Another good execution just to keep them within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Setting up a 3rd and 7. See if they can get the stop here. Russ going to take off, and he will have room. Will he slide? He will.
Yes, he does. He learns from his mistakes.
It's just gut punch after gut punch for this LSU defense. Every time they get close, something happens. Especially on this drive. It's not like their offense has set them up with good spots to make plays either. I mean, they haven't been gifted the best field position defensively.
Can I get your opinion on something?
For sure.
Do you think there is a chance that LSU puts up 0 points? Oh man, Russell Wilson taking a hit right there. Man, when will he learn to slide?
Do I think there's a chance?
Yeah.
I mean, they're at 0 right now, so I'd say there's definitely a chance. Do I say it's likely? I sure hope not. If this, I mean, you look at who LSU has on offense, if they put up 0, I'd be speechless. I don't know what to say about that. I'm just going to scramble out. You'll be chased down, though. Held to 4 yards on that scramble. He was averaging about 10. Oh, almost intercepted there. Just a duck of a pass.
Empty backfield, 5 wide.
And
what a completion.
I think he got there.
The timeout is called.
We will see a timeout by Buffalo, aka Wisconsin.
Russell's did a little spin-a-rooney before throwing it, and it is incomplete. 2nd and 10 on the 17. Let's see what they go for here. Taking himself off the middle.
Another fumble.
Tackle, but fumble. Oh man, I called it.
Russell Wilson has just got to slide.
I think what Wisconsin's doing, right? They play phenomenal on defense, and then they play good enough to extend a good offensive drive, but then mess up with the fumble last second, and they keep this process up. They keep the 24, and then in like the 4th quarter, they just let LSU score on them, make it 21 points, and then activate God mode again, and then you got 24-21 to get my prediction. I think that's what the game plan is. That's just me. Insider sources, you know what I'm saying?
Quick play to get the first and get out of bounds. Like I said, and I still stand by this, they need to put up a touchdown. A field goal obviously makes it 21, but I really need to see LSU put a touchdown. At least show me that you're capable of scoring one. If they're just going to run the ball right there, that's a questionable play call.
TJ Watt not having the exact factor no more, so hopefully Joe Burrow, someone has more time in the pocket to make some downfield throws. But we'll take the check down. Does get the first.
Got to hurry up here. And that was a stupid decision. Let the clock run, and then you call a timeout.
That is Madden for you.
See if they can at least put up a field goal. See if they can get another playoff. And they're going to attempt a field goal. That would have been 63 yards. But they do not get the snap off.
Yeah. What a half.
Even coaching has been a questionable for LSU. I mean, you look at the only thing they're close in is, I mean, turnovers due to Russell Wilson's fumbling, but passing yards are tied. I mean, it's just been all Wisconsin here in the first. We need to see a completely different LSU team here in the second half if they're going to have a chance to get back into this one. Back for the second half. LSU going to take this one out to about the 25. Luckily for them, they will get the ball to start, as you can tell. And they need to come out swinging here and put up some kind of points. I'm not going to say it has to be a touchdown this time, because I mean, they got a whole half. But they've got to play a clean game, no turnovers. We need some kind of points right here.
They get 2 yards on the play, handing off to Fournette. Defense trying to keep everybody's spirits alive. That's what Burrow and company can do here. Oh, nice throw by Burrow.
And Jefferson is going to run backwards.
Oh, 3rd and inches. I thought it was the first.
I mean, tried to break a tackle and it went backwards a little bit. Tackled behind the first down marker, and if they don't pick this one up, it'll be another gut punch for this LSU team. But they will. Big play, about 14, 15 yards.
Definitely a nice pickup right there. Take a look at the replay then. Burrow, cool, calm, and collected in the pocket. Throws a nice one. Gets the first. Did you see who made that reception?
I couldn't tell. I wasn't looking for it either, though.
Oh, Joe Burrow lit up like some fireworks. Although I will say I do not know Joe Burrow's X Factor, so it'll be interesting to see what he does.
Play action under pressure, but he takes a shot. He's got a wide open receiver. Jefferson inside the 10. That is just what LSU needed. Couldn't have asked for better timing on that one. I mean, you definitely could have. A little sooner in the game would have been nice. But LSU will not complain. Big connection.
No, definitely a flawless play right there. Perfect execution on the throw. Perfect execution on the route. Just all in all, good play.
Gain of only 2 there.
Goal.
Do you
try to pass it here or do you run it?
I mean, now it's 2nd and goal from the 6. If you're going to run it, you've got to try it out here. I mean, this is a decent run look if you want to try to run it. They'll pass. Burrow time. Can't take a sack. Get the throw away out of bounds.
Luckily. Oof, that was a tough one.
Even if they don't get it here, I'm going for it. Unless they take a big loss. Pass again. TJ Watt. Oh, but Burrow finds Jefferson.
Touchdown. What a play.
Under pressure, doesn't matter. Finds Jefferson on a out route, it looked like. Just an absolute dime over 2 defenders. Just a perfect pass.
Is this the start of the LSU comeback? Oh, they're going for 2. Do you think this is smart right here?
It's definitely not a bad move. I mean, if you get 3 2-point conversions, you can get this done in 3 scores instead of 4, and they will convert the first one. So now it is a 16-point game. You will have to convert 2-point conversions 2 more times without failure. That is exactly how LSU needed to start this half.
LSU kicking into Wisconsin. Wisconsin getting to about the 34. What a return.
At this point, I'm kind of pulling for LSU.
Really?
I mean, an upset would be interesting, but a potential LSU-Ohio State matchup in the semifinals. I mean, we're not going to have a close matchup on the other side. It's going to be Florida State versus Alabama. I can take a guess as to how that one's going to go.
I don't know. I'm hoping. Honestly, I'm not only hoping for the upset here in the game. I'm hoping for the upset of the tournament.
I mean, that would be interesting. I mean, I do plan on doing this every year from here on out. Just think it'd be fun to see how things change year by year. But I mean, at this rate, I mean, if I'm predicting, I don't see Alabama falling outside of the 1 seed every year. So I mean, it would definitely be interesting to have it start off with a upset champion like Wisconsin or Florida State.
Russell Wilson and his crew getting only 2 yards on that play.
But I also live for the big matchups like a LSU, Ohio State, about an 85 overall versus about an 83 overall. 2 stacked teams.
You know, 4 yards on the carry.
And that'll get Jonathan Taylor over 100 as he is panting at the bottom of the screen.
Going 5 wide here.
Russ going to scramble, will he get down?
Slide,
he will.
slide. Oh, thank God.
123 rushing yards for him.
At this point, I'm worried we're going to see a homicide.
I mean, obviously LSU hasn't made adjustments, but they've got the personnel in that linebacker core to spy Russell Wilson. Obviously 3 super athletic linebackers with White, Queen, and Jones. Clement there, taking that one for 7. Any form of points gets this game back to a 3-possession game.
See what Russ does here.
Oh, and there it is.
Almost got the pick, but it's actually a touchdown. Wisconsin.
Right by his fingertips to the #1 receiver on this team, Quintez Cephas. And you look at the scoreboard now, 30, about to be 31-8. That is not a pretty picture for LSU. And that is going to push it back to a 4-score game.
Definitely an interesting game here.
Actually, let me do the math on that.
As soon as it looks like a comeback for LSU, Wisconsin gets a touchdown. So this is definitely going to be interesting to see if LSU can try to find a way to make it not only a tie game, but then hopefully to win the game too.
No, it's still a 3-score game if they play their 2-point conversions right. I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Joe Burrow handed off to Fournette. I almost called Joe Burrow Russell Wilson. Let's see what Joe Shiesty does here. I'm still trying to figure out if LSU has a chance. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as I mentioned, it's still a 3-score game. The defense has definitely got to show they can make some stops. And only made forced one punt. Other three were fumbles. Giving up 31 to Wisconsin is not a good look, even if one of the touchdowns was a pick six. T.J. Watt gets off his block, and he will get to Burrow, and that'll lose his X factor.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
3 sacks now for T.J. Watt. In this game, I mean, last game, J.J. Watt had himself a good game. This time, T.J. being the one to come up with big plays in the backfield. J.J. being the quiet one this game.
I'll tell you, T.J. heard you, and he was like, I have a mission. I got something to prove. And guess what? He's proving it right now.
3rd and 13. Got to pick this one up. Burrow under pressure, and he will go down again. Henningsen forcing the 4th and 23, and you got a punt here.
This is a tough one. In your opinion, who's the better Watt brother?
All time or currently?
Yes.
I mean, JJ at his peak was, I mean, a defensive player of the year caliber player, but I mean, currently he is taking a bit of a decline. TJ Watt's one of, if not the best, edge rusher in the NFL. I mean, at their peaks, it's a tough debate. Either of them has an argument, especially since TJ's still in his prime, if not just entering it.
I definitely think we can both say that these guys are going to be Hall of Famers, for sure.
Yeah, I think J.J. Watt's already locked himself into that.
I don't know. I think TJ right now is definitely on pace for that status.
Oh, absolutely. No disagreement there.
I'm gonna be honest. Because of the score, part of me is like thinking like we're in like podcast conversation times, but because of the teams that we're looking at, part of me is still thinking that LSU can somehow do something. You know,
that's the exact mindset that I'm in. I mean, looking at the score, if this was any other team,
we'd be I agree.
I do feel like somehow LSU still has a chance, and I don't know why. I mean, they haven't really shown me much, but just the personnel that each of these teams have, I'm not counting LSU out yet.
It's amazing how, I was talking earlier how this is like an underdog kind of tournament here, but like magically LSU has now turned into the underdog, and it's like, no, I feel kind of bad. Jonathan Taylor fighting for them yards, getting 6 on the play. It's definitely crazy to see how things could change from around years. I remember, Marlon Mack being like one of the top guys, one of the top running backs, and him starting on the Colts, and now him being, I believe, on the Texans, right? And then now you have Jonathan Taylor, being one of the best running backs for the Colts, and just in the NFL in general. So, I mean, it's definitely crazy to see like the evolution of teams and players. You know who I feel bad for? Todd Gurley, man. I remember when he was like up there in the conversation. Now it's like
he was probably the best running back in the league at one point, and then the arthritis got to his knees.
But you know who doesn't have arthritis? Jonathan Taylor. I was about to say Jonathan Tyler. Jonathan Taylor with the touchdown. You know, I think can we officially agree that this is a podcast combo? Like, the time we're working on here? This is 38. I mean, that is 30 points. I think I do in the next 39 seconds for this quarter, and then a whole 15 minutes.
I don't want to give up hope.
And then that's also that's banking on the fact that Wisconsin somehow doesn't put up more points, and that their defense just somehow magically becomes atrocious.
Let me see. I'm delusional for saying that LSU has a shot, but let me see one more LSU offensive drive. If they don't put up a touchdown, then it's wraps. They cannot, no field goals. They're going to have to get some two-point conversions out of this game, too. But yeah, let me see one more offensive drive. They get stopped, it's wraps.
Now, when we go back to that earlier conversation in the game where they should have gone for that, they should have gone for that 4th and 1. I'm telling you, that I feel like that would have changed the game, because then that would have been more of a shooter. But I don't know.
I mean, they've had multiple opportunities to change the game, and some of those resulted in pick sixes for the other team.
Ooh, almost another pick. Joe Burrow not looking so hot. Joe Shiesty looking like Joe Trashy. This is not a good look.
Just a little behind them. I'm interested to see if they go for it. If they don't get this right here,
I think you got to. I think
you do have to. But I'm interested to see with the score if they realize that this is a must get. But it won't matter. Big pass there to Jefferson.
First. You know, Jefferson, Chase being reliable targets. You know, I believe this is a blitz coming from Wisconsin.
Get another playoff. Snap it.
Oh, no.
Wasting time, man. Time is of the essence when you're down 30. And they will be going into the 4th down 30.
I think this is... no, I could be wrong, but at least as current memories serves, I think this is the first game I've seen a team go scoreless in 2 quarters. But again, I might be wrong.
I mean, there was a team that only scored... You talking about in the tournament? There's a team that only scored 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, that's why I said, like, I'm pretty sure I was wrong. But, yeah. Seeing a 0-0 and then an 8, that's not a good look for anybody.
But
who is getting good looks? Jefferson. Jefferson's been, honestly, I say right now Jefferson is, like, low-key MVP for this LSU team.
No low-key about it. He's been putting in work. About the only guy that's looked good through and through this game.
I mean, Joe Shiesty, I mean, he's had his mistakes. Fournette has not been producing compared to Jonathan Taylor. I mean, O-line keeps letting Burrow get sacked. And then defense, I mean, look at the scoreboard. I mean, I think that kind of, you know, shows what the defense looking like.
It's probably going to be too little too late, but this LSU offense is finally starting to get stuff moving.
We'll see what they do here.
They'll hand it off to Fournette, and he will get in the end zone. Quick touchdown drive for LSU. Now, still does not look good on the scoreboard, but it is now just a 3-touchdown game. Crazier things have happened. We've seen that many points scored. Usually it is in blowouts for the team that is already leading.
Do you go for 2 here if you're LSU?
Yes. You do. Going into that, you were down 30. You're going to need, I mean, you don't have to, but I would have. I'm not kicking it right here. You have to get 2 two-point conversions. If you don't get this one, then you can get 3 touchdowns with 3 two-point conversions, and you still reach that 30 that you need. So,
camera angle from under the bleachers.
I do think that was a mistake right there, because before you either would have had to get 3 out of 4, but now you have to get 2 out of 2.
For a minute, I forgot you were talking about 2-point conversions. I'll think.
Big play there!
What a fumble! Oh man, the LSU turned into the Tide.
Watch out, folks!
Oh man,
I never closed the door on LSU just yet. And they're making my delusion seem a little less delusional.
But was he already down when he dropped it?
Oh, they will look at it. That'd be another gut punch for LSU, even though it would definitely be Wisconsin's ball. Yeah, I think he might have been down.
Oof. That's a tough one for LSU.
That is tough. Right when it looked like he might be somehow on track to pull off a miracle, you still got work to do. Clement going to start out this drive at halfback.
Again, a few yards out of it.
The remainder of the game, I'm guessing Jonathan Taylor is still needing some rest. You can't blame him. He's been asked to do a lot this game.
Clement, even Clement's getting the job done. I mean, slowly but surely, and which honestly is what needs to happen for this team. Slowly but surely gets time off the clock, but then they also still progress. Yeah, this is definitely, I think, the right play call by Wisconsin here. I almost called them Buffalo, but by Wisconsin here. Definitely a solid thing.
If I'm them, I'm already turning the cue clock on and milking this clock. I mean, you're confident that you can come out with a dub in this game, but I would never be too sure. I think that's exactly what they're doing. LSU's got to play run commit right here and try to force a stop, get that ball back.
And Clement's looking pretty solid here. Well, yet again, gets a gain about 3 on that one. Third and 3.
Third string back.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name.
Clement back in the game here. 3rd and 3. Need to get a stop, and he just got all the room in the world. This offensive line flexing their muscles against this defensive line. Definitely advantage goes to Wisconsin's offensive line.
The end is near for this LSU team.
It's definitely looking like it. They cannot let LSU or Wisconsin score right here.
The doomsday clock ticking down. 9 minutes and 55 seconds.
Any form of points makes it 4 possessions. Ain't no 2-point conversions that can factor into that one. And I don't know that LSU has time to score 4 more, even if they were capable of doing that much.
Oh, what a hit by Jamal Adams. Surprised he didn't pop that one out.
Sadly, no fumble there for LSU, and that'll be another first down for Wisconsin. No Jonathan Taylor this drive. Has not looked like it will matter. Oh, and there will be a big hole there.
Even third string back is having a day. This is depressing to see from LSU.
Melvin Gordon, obviously another good running back from Wisconsin, but he has been moved to a wide receiver, but it doesn't matter. I mean, these running backs, doesn't matter who you are, have been making plays. Now Russell Wilson will try his hand. Will he hold on to the ball?
Breaks the tackle.
Will get down.
Second and 1.
Yeah, I'm calling this game wraps.
That is definitely what an upset. Sad for LSU, but I mean, what an upset. Russell Wilson taking it on himself. Oh, I thought he got the touchdown on that one. Russell Wilson has had a day today, not only in the air, just on the ground too. You know, I don't know if it's early to go ahead and have this conversation, but who would you give the MVP award to?
Jonathan Taylor's been having a really good day. I don't think I can give it to Russell Wilson with the 3 fumbles. There's also TJ Edwards on defense, who's got 2 picks, including a pick 6, and you got TJ Watt, who's gotten at least 3. He might even have 4. I'm not 100% sure on how many, but he's been in the backfield all day. A lot of different ways you could go with that. Do you have your eye on anybody at the moment? As Russell Wilson will get into the end zone, and that, I mean, if it wasn't over already, that's the dagger right there. Back up 30.
Russell Wilson getting that rushing touchdown, that definitely makes his case for MVP. Honestly, even despite the fumbles, if he got the MVP, I wouldn't be mad about it. Jonathan Taylor, I think, is very well deserving of it. But I mean, like you said, 2 defensive players, both TJs having solid days, you know, getting turnovers, getting sacks, etc. I think whoever you choose out of those 4, definitely well deserved. I don't think I'm mad at a single one. Honestly, if I had to personally pick, just because I like the story behind it, give me TJ Watt. Again, heard the negative, cruel comments that you made earlier, very unprofessional.
No, I was just pointing out how he got clamped up, which he did. I'm pointing out the facts.
He had reverse Michael Jackson skin syndrome and turned into Michael Jordan and said, "I took that personally," proceeded to change back to his normal skin color and decided to have himself a day in the backfield.
I mean, if he took that personally, good for him, but I mean, that's just the business. I'm pointing out that he was not producing in the first game, and he came out and produced. I didn't even say he wouldn't produce today, which he definitely did.
I say you talk about business. He's giving him the business, and I think that's why he deserves. I think that's why he deserves it. But I mean, honestly, okay, we're going defense side, TJ. Offensive, I'm down to give it to Jonathan Taylor.
Assuming you mean TJ Watt.
Yes, or what did I say?
You just said TJ. There's 2 TJs.
Oh, my bad. TJ Watt.
Quick completion there. Not that it really matters much at this point. I don't see LSU scoring 30 in 6 minutes.
Could we have a 4-way tie on MVP?
I mean, all of them have an argument for it.
And the difference in this game, I want to see. I want to see if there's a way we can see what Joe Burrow's X factor is. I'm curious on what that is.
Is Gunslinger an X factor? I think that might be it.
No, Gunslinger's a superstar ability, but there's an ability called Gambit, which, by the way, people. So you know how that ability was originally named Gambler?
Right.
Apparently, the story is, I don't know if it's true or not, but the story is that they changed the name from Gambler to Gambit because of Calvin Ridley.
Ah, okay.
Again, I don't think that's the official story. Don't quote me on it, but I've heard. At least I've heard the jokes about it. But yeah, no. I mean, I can see it maybe being that, but either way, it doesn't matter because TJ Watt 4 sacks on the day. That's I mean, yeah, he's making the case. And you know what? If he gets one more before this game is over, I'm down to make it unanimous and just say TJ Watt. Yeah, I think he could do it. I think he could do it.
I mean, he might only get 2 more plays to attempt it.
Oh, what a tackle for loss. They're in 27. They're definitely not looking here for LSU. Dang, 30-point deficit. That is wild. So I'm kind of rooting for TJ to sack Burrow.
And there it is.
Yes, sir. Let's go. It's unanimous. 5 sacks on the day. TJ Watt is, I believe, should be your MVP. Did I not call it? I'm the greatest.
And we might get another chance for another one. I'm assuming LSU will try to go for this. Unless they know this game's over and then they just decide to punt.
Man, I say do what the Texans used to do with JJ. Put TJ at tight end and just make him rack up the stats.
4th and 38. What is that guy doing?
Oh, I don't know, but he almost had it. Oh, what a pick. I can't tell who that is, but, I mean, another pick for...
Is he going to take this one back?
Another pick for this Wisconsin defense, and sadly another one for Burrow's stat sheet. Just throwing up a Hail Mary and Mary didn't like it, so she was like, you know what, let's just give it to the defense.
Wilson runs right into Arden Key there.
He wouldn't have to be related to you, would he?
No, he would not be.
That's crazy. What was I gonna say? So how was your day?
Oh, it's been good. Actually getting to get in this game today. Can't complain about that. Good day at work, good day at school.
Oh man.
What about you?
Good. Solid day at school, solid day with the with the missus, and then I finally placed the order for the mics for my YouTube channel, so everybody watching, keep an eye out. So that should be starting soon. I think what I might end up doing, and I mean this news for the people watching, but my YouTube channel will be doing interviews with the wrestlers that go to the wrestling school that I do commentary at. I'll probably do like a day in the life kind of thing, just to switch it up from your normal just standard interview, just because again these wrestlers have lives outside of the workplace, and so I think it'd be definitely interesting to see what they do in their free time, and then just kind of vibe and share a day with them.
Definitely a change of pace from what we got going on over here. So make sure you guys check him out whenever he drops his channel. Definitely plug it in. We got some more of these games coming out. But Wisconsin will take the 3 there. Not going to get to 50. But now they are up 33. See if LSU can at least make it look a little better.
Ooh, you mind if I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
So, as I know, and the people of this channel know, that you will be doing college alumni tournament for 2K.
That is correct.
I don't know if you start working on the teams or not. I don't know if you know who you do the tournament or not. But if you have, do you have a prediction on what team might win the tournament?
I mean, there's a couple heavy favorites when you look at that, and I've got it set up to where I know what I need to do. It's going to be a little different than Madden. I'm not going to make the roster. I'm going to do it through the actual franchise and add the uniforms and all that. So it's going to be, I mean, I make the uniforms, try to match best I can over here. They're going to have about as exact as you can get over there. They have ways you can customize that, and I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. But, I mean, looking at the best teams in that tournament, obviously you're going to have Kentucky. If you guys keep up with basketball, college, NBA, Kentucky puts a lot of guys in the league and like superstars like Anthony Davis, Devin Booker. And you got the same thing with Duke. You're going to have Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum. Those are just to name a few. But those are, I mean, should be common knowledge to the average basketball fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it.
That is a wrap on this one. The Final Four is now set. On one side of the bracket, Alabama has just been steamrolling their way through. They will take on Florida State in a 1v, I believe, 13 seed matchup. And now we will have Ohio State, the 2 seed, taking on the 10 seed Wisconsin on the other side of the bracket. So 2 double-digit seeds making it to the Final Four, along with the top 2 seeds. Could be a really interesting championship matchup if Ohio State and Alabama make it, but obviously we got to play the Final Four. Upsets galore so far. I don't say galore, but these 2 teams have definitely made big runs with Florida State and Wisconsin. We'll see if that can continue in the semifinals. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to the stats, post-game stats, see if we can point out player of the game, even though we think it's going to be TJ Watt. Yeah, Russell Wilson, definitely not eye-popping numbers. Played a solid game outside of those fumbles. Definitely had big rushing yards as well, about 150 rushing yards. Jonathan Taylor, I mean, only 24 carries. He was on pace for well over that number in the first quarter. Yeah, I don't think that's worthy of a player of the game. Jefferson, huge game, but his team didn't win. Erickson, reliable out of the slot for Wisconsin. Lyle Collins allowing 5 sacks. Wonder whose fault that is. Probably T.J. Watt. That's who he was lined up against all game. And yeah, T.J. Watt, 5 sacks. Who led in tackles? Patrick Queen. Jamal Adams definitely slowed down after having a bunch of tackles early. Yeah, I think it's got to go to T.J. Watt with his 5 sacks. I mean, T.J. Edwards also had a great game. 2 picks, 11 tackles, 1 going for a pick 6. But yeah, T.J. Watt, just too dominant of a game to pass up giving him player of the game. I did not see who it gave Super Bowl MVP to. Did you happen to notice that?
I did not see that.
We'll probably see it in the replay. Y'all might have seen it. But yeah, with that being said, hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your day. The next matchup will be Alabama and Florida State in the semis. And yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. See you in the next one. Hope you're excited. And adios.
Peace.